You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. It's Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we have got 5 huge Bold and the Beautiful couple shakeups, breakups, and makeups after all the chaos that came out of this trip to Rome. There is a bunch happening with several relationships, and not just Liam and Hope. Far from that. This is going to have a ripple effect across at least 3 relationships, but possibly 4. And we've got all that broken down for you. We're going to dig into it in just a second. If you haven't, please reach down, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Bold and the Beautiful updates and news. All right, let's dig in. So of these 5 couple shakeups, the very first one is the most obvious one. That is Hope Logan and Liam Spencer. He told her that he wanted a divorce. She begged him to forgive her. She reminded him that he has done worse and she has forgiven him. But he said no, he wants a divorce. And for my money, I feel like that this is all about Liam's ego. For more than a decade, he has always had Steffy and Hope fighting over him. So he felt like, oh, I'm just the hottest and most attractive and most wonderful, perfect man ever, right? Because 2 brilliant and beautiful women were fighting over him. And now Hope has the hots for Thomas, someone that he hates, someone that he's told her over and over again not to be around, someone he's given ultimatums over. And Hope basically told him she didn't want to have, feelings for Thomas. She didn't want to be attracted to him, but it's clear that she does. And I think Liam's poor waffle boy ego cannot take it. And so he said, I want a divorce, and he is not interested in discussing forgiveness, even though he's been given a lot of forgiveness by Hope. So the very first couple shakeup is Hope and Liam. They are splitting. It looks like he's ready to file for divorce. The second one is Hope and Thomas. So there's some interesting spoilers about these 2 this week. One of the spoilers says that Thomas tries to do the right thing, the honorable thing. So I do think when Hope comes to him and says, Liam's furious, he's left me, we're getting a divorce, I think Thomas might say, maybe you should forget the kiss in Rome, forget all that. I'm really sorry this happened. Maybe you can find a way to work it out with Liam. I think he's going to encourage her to go back to Liam because he knows how important her family is, and he knows just the fallout for this on her life, even though they had that brief moment together that he enjoyed. However, I do not think that Hope is going to take anything but yes for an answer, because there's also a new promo photo that shows Thomas and Hope kissing in his apartment. So even if he tries to take the high road, she's going to lip lock him, and Thomas is going to do what she wants him to do. Bottom line, he's crazy about her. So the third relationship as part of this Bold and the Beautiful couple shakeups, breakups, makeups, Steffy and Finn. There are spoilers for next week, the week of July 3rd through 7th, that say secrets from Rome are revealed. Think about what is still secret from Rome. The Thomas and Hope kiss is out. A lot of people already know about it. That's not the secret. Brooke getting back with Ridge. That's not the secret. That word is out. Everybody knows about it because Brooke couldn't wait to tell everybody, which is fine, as she should. She's excited about it. So the one last secret from Rome is Steffy and Liam kissing. It seems like that has to come out. And, Liam waited for just a second. He made a little pit stop to whine to Wyatt about what's happening with his wife. And then he ran right to Steffy's house. It's time for me to move on with my life. And then he kisses her. That's a married woman. I don't care if she's his ex-wife. That's a married woman. And he's supposed to be friends with Finn and respecting the man who is co-parenting his daughter and who forgave him for banging his wife before. And I'm just completely disgusted with Liam's behavior. Spoilers for Monday say that Steffy sets up some boundaries, but it seems inevitable that Finn is going to find out about Steffy kissing Liam. And she let him kiss her, but then this time she kind of kissed him back. And Finn made it very clear to her that he found the whole idea of some guy kissing another man's wife intolerable. And even before he said that, there were several moments in the conversation about what went on in Italy where Steffy had the opportunity to say, look, Liam was super upset. He was in tears. He hugged me. I was feeling bad for him. And then he kissed me and I stopped it and I stepped back. That's how she can come clean about it while still keeping her hands clean. But she didn't do it. She was scared to, I'm sure. And so she made the misstep of not telling him. So the big question are Steffy and Finn's relationship, is it going to be a shakeup or a breakup? Because clearly Liam would probably like them to break up because then he thinks he can have her back. But if Steffy has any brain in her head, and I know she does, she is going to fight hard to keep Finn and to show Liam the door and tell him to go kick rocks. He does not belong in her life. All right, the fourth relationship that we think is going to be rocked by some of this Roman chaos fallout is Ridge and Brooke. They just got back together. They are talking about destiny, and Brooke's already talking about getting remarried. I have to tell you that for me, one of the funniest lines this past week was when Taylor said, I know you played that dusty destiny card. Whether you like Taylor or not, whether you believe in this destiny thing, that was pretty freaking funny. So I literally laughed out loud watching the episode. So the thing is, right now, everything's fine with Brooke and Ridge. He's ready to move on. He says he wants her to be his Logan forever. She's like telling RJ, oh, we're going to, get married and all. But that was last week. This next week, Brooke finds out on Monday that Liam has left Hope and is divorcing her because she kissed Thomas. And then by midweek, it looks like Hope might actually convince Thomas that they should go ahead and pursue a relationship. Brooke's head is about to explode. She is not going to be able to hold back. And she is going to tell Hope a bunch of stuff about, you can't be with Thomas. He's a psycho. He gaslit you. He did this. He did this. He's evil. He's bad. You can't be with him. There's no way that she's going to be able to hold back. And when she spews all that vitriol, whether you agree with what she's saying or not, it's got to hit Ridge right in the face that Brooke hates his son and is never going to forgive his son, even though his son has clearly turned over a new leaf. And this whole situation was caused by Hope, not by Thomas in any way other than Thomas just being adorable and just standing there. And, she's the one who kissed him. But I definitely think that there's a chance that this Brooke and Ridge reunion could be over before it gets too far if Ridge looks at Brooke's attitude about Thomas and is like, this is a deal breaker, because it could be. And then the very last couple we want to talk about just real briefly in terms of shakeups, makeups, breakups is Ridge and Taylor. We're going to talk about it in 1 second. But if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Bold and Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. And click a like if you are enjoying this thing about the big couple shakeups. All right. So if Ridge and Brooke are shaken at the foundations already because of this Hope Liam Thomas thing, there's a chance that Ridge might say, I made a mistake. I should have listened to Taylor. Because remember, Taylor was filling his ear full of, Brooke has not changed. Brooke is a manipulator. Brooke is going to hurt you again. Brooke. All the trash talk, everything about Brooke. And so with that in his cranium from Taylor just pouring that all in his ear the week before, if Brooke is dissing Thomas and hating on his son, Ridge might take that to heart. He might circle back around to Taylor and say, look, this is what's happening. I'm not happy about it. And then she says, I told you so. And then Ridge does what Ridge does. And he could restart something with Taylor before properly ending things with Brooke again. That is totally the thing that Ridge does. Somebody on Twitter made a really funny joke. I wish I had the link to it to read it verbatim, but it was something about, are we sure that Liam isn't Ridge's child because they are both such wafflers that bounce back and forth between women? Of course, let's definitely hope that Liam is not, because that means he would have made a baby with his sister, and that's gross. But still not out of the realm of what's creepy on Bold and the Beautiful, considering how many step siblings have dated on this show. But let's recap just real quick the 5 couples that we think are going to be shaken very soon in the aftershocks of this chaos coming out of Rome. Hope and Liam, Hope and Thomas, Steffy and Finn, Ridge and Brooke, possibly Ridge and Taylor. Let us know what you think.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.